Week 5 on my road to Worlds. Now, this week I looked at the videos that I have done in previous videos and the climbs that are probably going to be repeated. So I try to mix it up a little bit this week. With my slab climbing, I didn't make the entire thing about that one single climb like last week. I just showed my progression on it, and I try to focus on my power sessions this week as I haven't been showing many of them. So starting off with a little bit of board climbing as per normal. Now, this is a different project that I haven't actually tried in quite a while. And again, I thought I would just not bore you guys with the exact same project week by week. So this move that I'm approaching here now, moving my left hand up, is a move that I've struggled on ever since I first tried that. I had to save myself there from just completely failing. Now, again, these holds that I'm grabbing onto, I'm not very good at them. These pinchy holds very much incorporate thumbs, and my thumb isn't that strong. As well as this right hand, where my right hand is now, I get into a very shouldery position, and my shoulders aren't as strong as they need to be. So I found this move particularly hard, and I'm just messing up my feet there. As you can see, I was just mucking around with where my knee needs to be instead of actually just committing to the move. Now, with this go that I do here, I just move a bit quicker through the shoulder bit on the right hand, on the right arm, and I just try and just get past it without actually sticking around too much. You weren't able to hear it, but that was a pretty massive power scream. Now, this last move here, I changed my beta up on this day, and I went right hand to the last hold, whereas previously all I've done is go left hand, and that just put me in a pretty vulnerable position. I was able to match that out and tick off another one of my projects. I was pretty happy about that, so I decided to pay a little respect to Ricky. Now, this was a one climb that I am very much struggling on the match of the last hold, so I thought I'd try and work it out, but as you guys will see here, I don't know what to do with my feet, and it led to a pretty big fall. Nice and winded, but that's alright, we learn from those. So I just decided to do a couple other power kind of coordination climbs. I'm quite happy with that one. I didn't do this start very well, but I was able to pull through it quite nicely. And I was able to figure out this top section pretty quickly and match it pretty easily. That bicycle there really unlocked the move and made the last hold actually pretty decent, even though it's a pretty bad hold. This one here is just another coordination climb that I'm happy that I was able to get pretty easily, even though the holds are pretty good. And then this section here, going up with the wrong hand, I was able to reevaluate and change up the way that I was climbing the boulder, making it that I wasn't going to fall, and making it just a bit more high percentage. Now, as I was saying here, the slab climbing, let's just first look at my catching ability of a brush. I don't know how I could have dropped that. But again, I'm not going to show too many videos of this. The only thing I'm going to show is my progression that I made on this boulder. So looking back on my previous attempts, my foot is in a slightly better position. Looking at it now, it's probably still a bit too close to the wall. And like there, I just didn't leave room for my left foot to come in. Now onto a bit of campusing. These campus boulders, this one here is fairly slopey and fairly slippery. Those holds aren't the most grippy to hold onto, which is why I was having to try really hard, even though it's not the hardest of climbs with feet. And I'm pretty happy with my body position throughout the campusing, the climb. This one here, very similar, holds are just very slippery, and a lot of the holds are not horizontal, they're pretty vertical, so I have to pull myself upwards on a pretty vertical hold, which is pretty hard to not slip off, for like that move, for example. And again, I'm just happy with how I was able to utilize the, I guess, little amount of friction that there was. This is probably the hardest climb that I've tried to campus in a long while. As they're pretty slopey and pretty compressiony, and as well they're pretty big moves. And this move that I dropped here is by far one of the hardest moves that I nearly stuck in my life. And this one here, another one of those pinchy climbs, same as the one upstairs on the spray board. I try to do that one pretty statically, sticking the left hand without moving, but then I try to do it with the 1-2 and was able to stick the hold. Pretty happy with the move, pulling, getting my body in the right position. Even though I was pretty tired, I was still able to stick the move. Um, and then the match was pretty easy. And the last boulder, again, fairly pinchy, but still fairly good holds, starting pretty low down. So like this move here with the left hand, I had to do a pretty big move off very little very little room to move, and I'm quite happy with the amount of power that I was able to generate. Um, so the way that I'm camping, I quite like how my body's moving and how I'm utilizing my entire body instead of just my arms. Um, all in all, this week was a pretty big success. I made good progress on stuff that I struggled on. And again, things like the slab climb, just small areas that I need to work on. Otherwise, I'm quite happy with the week as it is. My competition is my state title competition is in about 3 weeks from now. I think 3 weeks more training, and then the fourth week is going to be deloading and getting myself ready for the competition. So, thank you all for watching and stick around for the journey.